Alrighty guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at the DeathSlinger. I know I'm a little overdue when it comes to making a build on the DeathSlinger and explaining a lot to you guys, but that's what this video is for right now. Now what do we know? Straight away the DeathSlinger is a 24 meter heartbeat killer. He also moves at 110% movement speed, also referred to as 4.4 meters per second. He's a very tall killer. He also has a rifle. Now with his rifle, he can ADS, which means aim down sights. No other killer can ADS in the game. A Huntress can throw a hatchet, but unfortunately she cannot ADS with it too, because a hatchet doesn't have a sight. That being said, when the DeathSlinger aims down his gun, which is what you just saw then, he can left click rather than auto-attacking. He will release a chain out of the gun, which can go up to 18 meters. If this chain were to connect with a survivor, the survivor will then scream. The DeathSlinger holds right mouse button and reels the survivor in. The survivor can wiggle and keep obstacles in between the DeathSlinger to break the chain, such as another survivor, a barbed wire fence, even a pallet, a window, these kind of things. With a DeathSlinger, if you walk backwards while reeling in, you're going to reel them in at a much quicker rate as well. Now, a lot of his add-ons are around that as well in terms of reeling in, reload speed, applying like Sloppy Butcher. Now, a lot of people wonder what is a good build on the DeathSlinger. Now, I'm going to go through quite a few honorable mentions in terms of perks. Something else I want to point out, yet again, keep in mind, he has a 24 meter heartbeat at 110% movement speed. Doesn't have a lullaby like the Huntress. His projectile can never down a survivor. However, when he reels them in, he does an M1, which is an auto attack from a close range. During that small window of time, survivors are in animation lock in terms of the fact they cannot use a pallet, they cannot vault a window, and they cannot dead hard or get in a locker, giving him a small window to M1 and down a survivor. Now, the perks I currently have selected, let's go through them. Now, based on the fact the killer's 110% movement speed and a slow movement killer, I like Corrupt Intervention. Corrupt Intervention is going to funnel survivors closer together, and it's going to stop them from gen rushing generators across the board where I'm struggling to keep up with them. Now, the next perk you're going to note is my replacement to Barbecue and Thrilling Tremor. Barbecue and Thrilling Tremor is also a plausible option if you so inclined choose to, but I run Discordance. Discordance is going to go hand in hand with Corrupt, allowing me to funnel people together and know what objective they are going to be stacking on. That also being said, I'm running Surge. Now, Surge is integratable with Pop Goes the Weasel, depending on your preference. I personally prefer Surge, as it will save time. I can down a survivor on a bottom floor and regress generators around. A lot of people don't realize that Surge is based off a 32 meter tear radius and can never be increased. It won't be increased with Modern Abuse, it won't be increased with Distressing, therefore it'll never be decreased. So a Modern Abuse Michael Myers with an 8 meter heartbeat will still activate Surge at a 32 meter circumference around. Now, that being said, the fourth and final perk I'm running on my DeathSlinger is Modern Abuse. This is a utility perk. Now, if I felt I was going to get gen rushed, or if I felt that we're going to use a lot of healing, this perk is integratable with things like Sloppy Butcher and Save the Best for Last. A lot of DeathSlingers like Save the Best for Last because they'll M1 a survivor, then they'll shoot, reel them in, and M1 them again. I personally prefer Sloppy Butcher for the consistency of keeping multiple people injured. If they choose not to heal, I'm going to be in a better spot because then I can activate Surge quicker. I know where they're funneling together through Discordance. I know it looks like a full green build, but a lot of people don't understand the sheer power behind that. This being said, Modern Abuse is going to reduce my 24 meter heartbeat down to 16 meters. Now, there are add-ons that the DeathSlinger can select as well, which are going to, for example, moderately increase the reeling in speed. You know, they apply Mangled, that's your Sloppy Butcher if you shoot the chain on them and they break the chain as well. If you are reeling a survivor in and the chain breaks and you don't get a hit, he's under the effect that he needs to mend, much like a Legion's Feral Frenzy attack as well. But if you have a very close look, there is one here that I want to point out to you guys of the Fog, and it is going to allow him to moderately reduce the tear radius while aiming down sights, which, yes, it does stack with Modern Abuse. Remember, your hook shot will always go 18 meters. Nothing can make it go further. Nothing can make it go less. That being said, if you have a basic DeathSlinger with a 24 meter heartbeat, you're going to be looking at a 16 meter heartbeat with Modern Abuse. Therefore, you can aim outside of your heartbeat and shoot and reel a survivor in before they know what happened. Keeping in mind that the smallest heartbeat can be heard at the edge of the heartbeat. Therefore, the smallest heartbeat will be heard at 16 meters. Now, another honorable mention will be Nurses Calling. A lot of people like knowing where people are healing and going for the people healing. This is what I choose to like to run around the red ranks and the rank 1 category, where I seem to have the most success based off no add-ons. Now, Ruin is an option, so is Surveillance. It just depends on how you want to build your DeathSlinger. Realistically, I like a generator stalling perk, so either Ruin or Corrupt Intervention. I like an information perk, therefore Barbecue, Thrilling Tremor. My personal preference and my favorite is Discordance, knowing where people are, grouping and stacking with a smaller heartbeat, allowing me to get regression and possibly split pressure through Surge. Surge is also my favorite regression perk, as opposed to Pop Goes the Weasel, even though Pop is really good under the under set circumstances, like on Oni and like on the Hillbilly, for example. Pop can be utilized on everyone. I just find the time I save through Surge will preserve jungle gyms and, not jungle gyms, will preserve generators at a much more efficient rate for me. And obviously the last perk, Integratable, as a utility perk, I take a smaller Heartbeat, but if I felt they were going to heal a lot, I'd take Sloppy Butcher. If I felt I needed mass split pressure or mass being able to injure targets at the same time, I'd take Save the Best for last. And that is generally how I would build my Deathslinger. Now, Make Your Choice is an option. I don't think it's a good one. You can shoot a target that just got saved, reel them in, and one hit down them. His ultra rare add-ons will allow you to do a very similar thing as well. Personally, if I were to take add-ons on my Deathslinger, my build would change. If I wanted to keep the build very similar to what I have right now, I would look at applying the Mangled effect on a survivor for 60 seconds after the chain breaks, and I'd look at a reload one as opposed to anything else. Reload allowing me to get my shots off more often. Keep in mind that it is a chain gun, therefore it can shoot once, then you have to reload every time. When you reload, you do take a movement speed penalty, unlike the Clown as well. Now that's just a little bit of information to get started on the Deathslinger. If you want to check out some informative educational Dead by Daylight Deathslinger videos, I have done a couple here, not as many as I should, but I'll be getting to some more in the near future as well. Anyways guys, thank you all for watching. I was going to say GG's well played. Thank you all for watching, and if you have any questions about it, don't hesitate to pop into the live streams where I stream DVD 5 days a week, and I constantly upload educational survivor and killer content up to YouTube. Anyways guys, make sure you slap that subscribe button, and I will see you in the fog in the next video.